Good morning, students. Hope you all are well. So we are discussing about the internal defense mechanism of our immune system. So two components are left of this second line of defense system. So one is complement system and another is the cytokine barriers or the interferons. So first let's see what is the complement system. So it is actually a part or the component of the internal defense system of or the part of the cellular barriers in human immunity. So the complement system is a defensive system that consisting of almost 30 proteins. Okay, so complement system contain 30 protein, and that this protein acts in different ways to protect us from different kind of microbes, which microbes are attacking us. So they are synthesized, these proteins, where they are synthesized mainly in the liver. Okay, and some of the complement proteins, they rupture the cell membrane of the microbes or any kind of virus and bacteria and all. So when they are rupturing the cell membrane of these microbes, they make some pores or the holes in their cell membrane of the microbes, and some other proteins make the mast cells to release the histamine that already you have read in case of that inflammatory system or inflammation. So some protein invade some protein invade the cell membrane of the microbes, and some protein stimulate the mast cell to release the histamine that strengthen the inflammatory action. So some components of this complement system form a layer or the coat over this invading microbes. Okay, so this coating of this coating which cover the outer layer of these microbes, they attract the phagocytes, okay, for engulfing them. Means the coating has some physical components which attract the phagocytes for engulfing them. So some of the complement proteins attract the phagocytes to infect to the infected area or the inflammatory area, and some others cause the agglutination of the microbes, that means the clotting of the microbes or the degradation of the microbes. So as I have told that complement system contain 30 proteins, so different proteins perform different functions. Some protein rupture the cell membrane of the microbes, some protein stimulate the mast cell to release the histamine and to give the inflammatory action, and some components or some proteins, they make a coat over the microbes, and some other attract the phagocytes to engulf them or to destroy them. Okay, so next come to the last component, that is the cytokine barriers or the interferons. So these cytokine barriers, these are some non-antibody proteins, okay, so which are released by some viruses which infect our cell. It released by the viruses, and it is a non-antibody protein, means no such antibodies are present in this protein. So this type of proteins are known as interferons. Okay, so interferons are secreted by the virus which infect our different cells. So they make the surrounding cells resistant to the viral infection, okay, by inhibiting the multiplication of the viral particles. So the cells that present in the surrounding part of this virus infected cell, so they make them resistant to that particular viral infection. So interferons are very much species specific, and only human interferons can used in case of humans. We cannot use the interferons of other animals to make some antibodies and all to give the protection. So interferons are now we are making the interferons by the recombinant DNA technology, and they have been successfully used for treating two diseases, hepatitis and influenza. Okay, so just see this diagram. These are the complement proteins forming a hole in the plasma membrane of a microbe. Okay, So as you can see, the middle layer, that is the plasma membrane, and they are making the pores, so that they are making the pores and form the complement proteins. They make a layer or the coat over this cell, and after that some proteins attract the phagocytes, and they degrade these microbes or the virus or bacteria and release them from the cell. Okay, next come to the third line of defense, that is the specific immunity or the acquired immunity. Okay, so acquired immunity is the third line of defense of our body. So the resistance to the disease that an individual acquires during their lifetime is called the acquired immunity, right? Because after birth birth, whenever we are facing any kind of disease and all, at that time we develop this kind of immunity. Since acquired immunity against a specific disease is acquired during any individual's lifetime, so it is called the adaptive immunity or the specific immunity. Okay, so this acquired immunity has two main two components. It acts on main two components. One is antibody and another are lymphocytes. Okay, so you have to read the difference between innate immunity and the acquired immunity. So let's see the difference. Innate immunity is present since birth, but the acquired immunity it develops during one's lifetime on being exposed to any kind of pathogen or germs. Okay, so innate immunity present throughout our lifetime, but acquired immunity may be short-lived or sometimes it can be long-lived. Innate immunity is heritable, acquired immunity is non-heritable. Innate immunity is non-specific, okay, but acquired immunity is specific to the particular pathogen. Because whenever we are taking any vaccine and all, so it is species specific. That means we are taking vaccine for only particular disease or the particular pathogen of that disease. Okay, and the innate immunity involves either phagocytosis or releasing some chemicals that can destroy the pathogen, but the acquired immunity, it involves the formation of species specific antibodies and formation of the antibody producing cells that present in our body, and as well as the memory cells, so that they can active on subsequent infections by the same type of microbes. Okay, so let's see what are the features or what are the characters of this acquired immunity. So first one is specificity. That means it is species specific. So it is specific for each type of pathogen, and it has the ability to differentiate, or they can recognize between two different or various types of foreign molecules. Okay. Next is diversity, that acquired immunity can develop against different diverse type of pathogen and their toxins and various types of proteins and other molecules. Next, acquired immunity is the most important character of acquired immune system, that they can differentiate or between the self and the non-self cells. Okay, so it can differentiate between the foreign cells or the foreign antigen particles and the body cells, means the self cells, and between other molecules also. And next is the memory. That means the first encounter between a specific foreign antigen or a microbe or a pathogen and the body's immune system generate an immune response and eliminate that microbe. Okay, but it is for the first time. But the immune system retains the memory of this encounter, means it remembers that this particular pathogen have attacked our body and they have developed certain antibodies for that particular pathogen. So as a result, whenever there is second encounter, that brings about a quick and heightened response to that same microbe, because already they have stored the antibody for that particular pathogen, right? Okay, next are what are the components of the acquired immune system. So the components are two components are there. Acquired immune system, that is antibody mediated immune system and the cell mediated immune system, AMIS, that is antibody mediated immune system, or it is known as humoral immunity, and the other is cell mediated immune system, that is CMIS. Okay, so what is this antibody mediated immune system or the humoral immunity? So this particular immune system, it consists different types of antibodies, and from why this humoral immunity? Because this kind of immunity, they occur in the body humor or in the body fluid, like in lymph or in the plasma. Okay, so the antibodies are formed by the plasma cells, which in turn produced by the B lymphocytes. Okay, so humoral immunity, why? Because they occur in the body fluid, either in lymph or in plasma, and these antibodies are formed by the plasma cells, and in turn they are produced by the B lymphocytes. Next, what is the role of this immune system? So it defends our body against virus, bacteria, and bacteria with polysaccharide capsules, means the outer layer of the bacteria, and some toxins that entering in our body fluid, means in our blood or our lymph. So some toxins present in our body fluid, like blood and lymph, they this antibody mediated immune system or the humoral immunity, they give the protection against this toxin. And the next one, that is the cell mediated immune system. So it contains the T lymphocyte or the T cells of our immune system. So it provides cellular immunity, because it is the cell mediated immune system, so it gives cellular immunity. Okay, and they protect us against the pathogens that invade our host cell, means our body cells, and it also operates sometimes against cancer cell, and this system also activates the B lymphocyte. Okay, so humoral immunity or the humoral immune system, that mainly acts with the B lymphocyte, and it gives protection against any virus, bacteria or pathogen that are present in our body fluid, means lymph or blood or plasma. And the cell mediated immunity, that is that deals with the T lymphocyte, and sometimes it also generate the B lymphocyte also, and it gives protection against our body cells, sometimes also cancer cells. So let's see what is the difference between the humoral immune system and the cellular immune system. So obviously the first one, it is mediated by B lymphocyte, and the cellular immunity, it is consists of T lymphocyte. So it's this antibody mediated immune system, it operates through the formation of antibodies, because the B lymphocytes or the plasma cell, they produce the antibody, and this cell mediated immune system, they operate directly through the T cells. Okay, here they act on pathogens that invade our body fluid, and here they act on pathogens which invade our body cells. And the last one, that is, it is hardly has any effect against the cancers and other transplants, and but in case of cellular immunity, they have a they give protection, some protection against cancer cells and other transplantation.